Okay, so I'll just show you some comments on winter wheat. So this wheat behind me is December sown, okay? Because of the weather, we just didn't get the plots in that day. And there's only an hour's work to sow those 60 plots, those 60 and those 60 up there of barley. And we wasted 6 weeks to get that hour. That's how the weather just played with us, right? But anyway, it is what it is. The plots are gappy, okay? Because the crows had a go at it. By the time we got the fleece on it, the crows had gone at it already, okay? And we haven't figured out how to control the slugs yet under the fleece. We were controlling the crows, but we're not getting the slugs, so we have to figure that one out for next year. What I've done is, I went down to the field on Monday, we dug up the plants from the plots that were sown in October. If I take any plant there, you can see I've got, that's what, Champion, sprayed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green leaves. Okay, sown in December, right? My Champion sown in this one here, you can see the difference. Sprayed as well, sown in October. Now, ideally, in an ideal world, everybody should sow wheat later, but we can't do that, it's not practical. So certainly in terms of disease pressure, what you've got here is what I would call low disease pressure, or very low disease pressure. But what we've got on the table here is our normal pressure, okay? So, just to show you, Dawson, okay? That's kind of, you know, we've got a nice chunk of Septoria on the flag leaf. 4 spray program. The products are in your book, there's page 50. It would have got a T0 sulfur and a F500, a heavy dose of Revisol or Revistar, would have got a Cartiva T2, and would have got a Pizarro with Amistar T3, okay? I'd say 100 and something euros an acre plus the VAT. That's what we spent this year, okay? And that's what we've got. Graham, greener, now it's starting to shrink because I didn't water it this morning, but certainly in terms of green leaf area, it's got a little bit more green leaf than the Dawson. And that's kind of what people are saying to us as well, coming from the country, people are talking to us about it. So if we're scoring this a 5.5, we're scoring this almost a 6, okay? The unsprayed Graham and the unsprayed Dawson are almost identical, okay? As I said, what's happening here is the leaves are starting to roll because I didn't put water on them this morning. Alwyn is a new variety, it's up there. It's only multiplication seed, stiffest, shortest straw on the market. We don't have anything, or the competition doesn't have anything as good as that for standing ability based on our initial tests, okay? Septoria, just about a little bit better than Graham, just about, okay? Champion, this is coming to the market, and if you just go to page 18, you see the recommended list is there, number 1, but number 2, there's actually little rules of thumb. And if you look at the targets, but to the right of the targets, you see the second bullet point there is the green leaf area is the most important determinant of yield in winter wheat, which everybody knows. But that means your disease resistance is the most important determinant of yield. So if you lose green leaf area, you start to lose yield straight away once you hit flowering or antithesis, or you know, the flowers coming out, okay? Champion is about 20% of the seed available this autumn. Graham about 50%, 45%. Dawson about 20% as well, 25 maybe. Champion, a higher risk of straw breakdown with Champion. Certainly you wouldn't be growing this without PGR, whereas with the Dawson and the Graham, you might just get away with it, just about, okay? The last one then, over beside Adrian and myself, I have it down as a coded line. So this is fungicide treated, fungicide treated, fungicide treated, fungicide treated. You can see it's very clean for Septoria. It's a variety. Now, the next thing is, Tim, how is it going to yield? We don't know, this is our first year testing it, second actually. We know it's decent enough. Its specific weight is very good, but we haven't tested it enough yet to put it into the department trials. If it has a good year this year, that will go into the department trials. Please God, it'll hit the market in 27. But for the next 2 to 3 years, between ourselves and competition, there's no game changer of a variety coming for disease. Okay, I know a lot of growers and merchants are disappointed with disease control, especially after spending €100 an acre or thereabouts, but certainly we don't have or see anybody with the competition with a game changer variety coming. Okay, they're at least 3 years away, I would say. Why did that happen? Because in 2020 we lost the cougar genes, and all the breeders were working on this form of resistance that came from a variety called cougar, and in 2020 we saw it break down, bang. And it's like a water pipeline. Suddenly, we had to stop the pipeline, let the water run through, and start again. But as I said, Graham is still our #1 variety for the autumn. Growers are extremely happy with it. Seems to be holding up better than its competitor Dawson at the moment, up and down the country for Septoria, okay? Will have to be watched a little bit more in the future for yellow rust, especially in a warmer spring. But with the F500 and the T1, you won't or shouldn't see any yellow rust after that, okay? But what happens with Graham is it doesn't have what we call seedling plant resistance, okay? So when the plant is quite young, growth stage 30, up to around the middle of March, right? You can, with the right conditions, get yellow rust on Graham because it doesn't have seedling resistance. Our champion does have seedling resistance, okay? But as the plant gets older or more mature, that leaf, that leaf is younger leaf than that, if that makes sense. When that leaf came out, the plant was younger. And when that leaf comes out and that leaf comes out, there'll be less yellow rust here than there is here. And there'll be certainly no yellow rust here. Oh, that one. So you've got flag, 2, 3, and it's a cycle. That's the 4th leaf there. The plant actually is starting to redistribute that up into it.